Hey guys, Martin here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so today for Global in the news, we had an update about the new quest stages coming soon. I'm assuming we're going to get one in the news for the Red Zone stages as well, because all of this stuff should be releasing, I believe, on Wednesday. There is the possibility that the Red Zone stages haven't been shown in the news yet because they release on Thursday, which should be the release of part 2. But with new quest stage thing appearing in the news today, that means that these should appear on Wednesday morning. So stages 5 to 8 of the quest area 34 will soon be available. There's no other information. That's basically all it is. Quest stages normally release at a different time to everything else, so it doesn't surprise me that they are coming out on a different day. Because obviously currently we're on chapter 6 of the story, which is the new one. There's only area 34 that is technically part of chapter 6, and currently that just has the stages 1 to 4. So we'll be getting stages 5, 6, 7 and 8. No major update for those, nothing particularly farmable from the stages. It'll just be a couple of quest stages you can complete in order to get a few extra stones. JP recently got that free-to-play AGL Bardock and some new quest stages, so we won't get that until we're caught up to where they are in quest mode. They'll probably get the awakening for him into a TUR the next time they get more quest stages. So this isn't really any sort of major update. It literally is just 4 more stages, but at least, you know, the quest mode still has the 3 difficulties. Doing on the hardest one auto completes all of them. So you get 3 stones per stage, just an extra 12 stones for a couple of minutes work here to bust through and complete these. So the main thing I wanted to talk about was the red zone stages. So if we switch over to the wiki here quickly, we can see the movie bosses red zone 2. So this started coming out a little bit ago. We got the Mercenary Tao and the Dr. Wheelo stages, and we will be getting the Broly and Bio Broly stages. I believe we still have to wait for the Harudagan one, which I think is either going to come out next week or the week after, potentially even as part of the countdown. And then when the anniversary starts, that's when we get Beerus and Golden Frieza, and the Movie Bosses 2 Red Zone is fully released, and we can get the support memory. I think the ticket banner doesn't appear until the last stage comes out as well. But we'll take a look at the details here for stage 3, which is Broly. Just Z Broly Movie 1, and then Bio Broly. The Bio Broly getting a Red Zone boss stage is not something I think I ever would have expected. Now, sometimes JP gets missions after release, and unfortunately the wiki doesn't date these at all, so I'm not sure whether this releases with the mission straight away. So if you're from JP and you remember back when these stages came out, do let us know in the comments, and if I see one I will pin the comment. But it does say here there is a mission for complete stage 3 with 6 pure Saiyans characters. So stage 3 is obviously the Z Broly one. So if that mission comes out with the stages, there will be a mission to defeat Broly using a full pure Saiyans team. But if we switch back over to the Dokkan info thing here and take a look at the stats. So this is stage 3 versus Broly. So the first phase is Int. He is hitting for what, 250k normals, and then his super attack is 625k, so nothing too crazy, obviously, for stage 1. Stage 2 is Super Saiyan Broly, so normals are at 440, and then his super is 1.1 million, so doing over a million with his super attack in the tech phase. And then we have the final phase is Physical Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. It's kind of funny because this is the OG like STR Legendary Super Saiyan Broly character, not the physical one that came out later, but he is a physical typing. So physical typing boss as the final boss. His normal attacks do 500k, his super attack does 1.4 million. So fortunately nothing too crazy. Obviously with global having to had to get to grips with the Red Zone Kid Buu, this stage is obviously not going to be anything crazy like that. It seems like he can be attack and defense lowered in both the first 2 phases as well. It's only the last phase he can't be attack and defense lowered. Can't be stunned, can't be sealed. He can be stunned in the first phase. But he only supers once per turn. It doesn't seem, I think it would be listed here, like he doesn't have an AoE. He raises defense on super, and in the final phase he raises attack on super. So I think this means this actually does do more than that, because I believe the way it works is it would be the 1.4 million plus 30%, I think, which is then 1.8. But obviously any of the characters, you know, we're kind of at that point where there are certain characters that tank red zone boss super attacks and certain ones that don't. This guy obviously is not hitting as hard as Kid Buu. He's hitting harder than like the Super Buu AoE. So he's kind of in that middle ground, which makes sense, right? Because it is stage 3. So that is Z Broly stage 3. There should be a mission to beat him with 6 Pure Saiyan characters on the team. So this one should be fun, having a good Broly boss as an enemy. And then we have Bio Broly, which is certainly an interesting one. So the first phase, you fight 3 Bio Warriors. So any characters that have passives against multiple enemies could potentially come in useful here. The Bio Warriors are doing anywhere between 210 and 250k damage on their normals. They don't have anything listed. Do they even do super attacks? They don't do super attacks by the looks of things. So not a particularly difficult stage. One of them can't be attack and defense lowered, but can be stunned and sealed. One of them can't be stunned, but can be sealed and attack and defense lowered. And the other one can dodge and also disable evasion and attacks the enemy. Is that a counter? Or disables evasion and attacks the enemy? Because if it just said disables evasion, it would mean you can't dodge against Bio Broly. But because Broly doesn't have this, yeah, no dodge cancelling for normal Broly. So yeah, maybe in phase 1 dodge is disabled, I think, but it's weirdly worded. But yeah, you can do status effects on these guys, so they shouldn't be too difficult. Then we have Bio Broly as stage 2. He's hitting for 425. His super does just over 1 million. He's not raising attack, so the super not too bad. He has 0 super attack cooldown, so he could super in the last slot of like the first turn and then immediately super in the first slot of the next turn. So make sure you're aware of that. He can't be stunned, can't be sealed. He does HP recovery, but as you can see, he can be attack and defense lowered, so that's not too bad. And then the final phase, Giant Bio Broly. Look at that art. I wonder if we'll ever get this as a unit, because obviously we have the Bio Broly in the game, the farmable one, but not this guy. As much as I hate Bio Broly, I imagine at some point he will get another unit, but I guess we'll see. He's doing 230k normals, 1.3 million on the super. He's got lower stats. That's interesting. So he can't be attack or defense lowered, or stunned or sealed. And then he recovers HP. But he's hitting... He doesn't hit as hard as this Broly. So even though this is stage 4, unless there's a gimmick here that we're not seeing on the listed info here on Dokkan Info, because there's no AoEs, he's not raising attack on super. So just by looking at the numbers, this guy seems on paper that Bio Broly is just easier than Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. Maybe they just think that his healing ability makes it a little bit, adds to that difficulty enough that they make it so he doesn't hit as hard. But yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. There's no mission for this one as well. So obviously you can just go into this with your strongest team and just go crazy. So should certainly be an interesting one. Get these 2 stages done. Obviously, if we go back to the wiki entry here, we can see beating each stage. You obviously get 1 stone for beating it for the first time, but you clear a mission that gives you 5 stones. So 12 stones in total, another 14 tickets ready for the banners. And then, of course, if you do the Pure Saiyans mission, it's another 5 stone and another ticket. So you're going to get 15 tickets and 17 stones in total by doing these. And eventually, when we get the rest of the stages right, we'll be able to get the Beerus support memory, which is Realm of Gods allies permanent buff, and for 7 turns from the start of the turn, Planetary Destruction allies get a buff as well. So interesting support memory. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. The red zone stages don't seem too crazy, especially after having to deal with Kid Buu. But let me know your thoughts. What teams are you thinking of taking into the stage? Of course, we will be live for when all the stuff comes out on Global, so we will be playing those live on stream. So do keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for the stream schedule and all that stuff. Come out to the live streams. Hopefully, I will see you guys there. So looking forward to the next 2 stages. It's always good to have Broly as a boss in the game. The Z Broly stage should certainly be fun. So let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out all the links below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.